Interested in every single little juicy detail of the Town Hall 13 update? Stay tuned in this video to find out. What is up, everybody? It is JG here, and welcome to another Clash of Clans update overview video. Today, we're going to take a look at the Town Hall 13 update and give you an inside scoop on what actually has come out into the game. Now, just to clear the air here, I am aware I am incredibly late to making this video. I was actually moving the day the update came out, but now I've been settled. I just had my first week of classes, so now I'm ready to get back into the game, making a few videos and doing a few update overviews. So I also wanted to wait a little bit of time to see if there would be any balance changes that happened with the update, because with most major content updates we usually see a balance change within a few weeks of it being released, and that's exactly what we saw just a few days ago that I'm also going to talk about in this video. Okay, so before I get started on this video, I just want to say I'll have the patch notes on the screen. However, I'm not going to read through all of them as it would take a lot of time, and I want to get through as much information as quickly as possible. Okay, so one of the biggest changes and biggest features in this update, you guessed it, is Town Hall 13, which introduces a new hero, the Royal Champion, a new defense, the Scatter Shot, and a new siege machine, the Siege Barracks, as well as we're seeing a new troop unlocked at Town Hall 12, the Yeti. So just to give a little bit of insight on Town Hall 13, Town Hall 13's theme is meant to be Ice and Dark Elixir, as well as we're seeing a new weapon on the Town Hall, the Giga Inferno, which essentially acts exactly like the Giga Tesla. However, whenever the Giga Inferno is upgraded to at least level 3, when the Town Hall is destroyed, the Giga Bomb will actually freeze the attacking troops for a short period of time, which temporarily slows them and prevents them from doing damage. So one of the most game-breaking features in this update, at least in my opinion right now, would have to be the Royal Champion, which is a brand new hero unlocked at Town Hall 13, which goes up to level 20 as of this video. So here's a little bit of a description on screen for you if you would like to pause the video and read it, as well as here are her level 1 stats. So in my experience with using her, she's been crucial at Town Hall 13 raids. She makes things much easier, especially when you're sending her in with Hog Riders. You can use it to take down a queen, because not only does she just target defenses, she will also target anything that is shooting at your troops. So say your hogs and your Royal Champion are moving through the base. If your queen starts shooting at some hogs, your Royal Champion is going to step in and start targeting the queen and take her down, which is huge. That completely changes the dynamic of Hog Rider raids. So with this new hero, we're also seeing a new defense at Town Hall 13, the Scatter Shot. Once you upgrade to Town Hall 13, you will unlock 2. The Scatter Shot is an area splash damage defense that targets both air and ground and does a absolute crazy amount of damage. I won't lie, these scatter shots have actually incorporated bringing back single Inferno towers into the meta to stop things like Queen Charges and Yetis. It's really awesome to see a high damage splash damage defense, just because now we're starting to see more single target Infernos, whereas before the meta was just to run all multis. So a unique part about the scatter shot is that once it hits a troop, all of the, I guess, quote unquote rocks that hit the troop will shoot past the troop that it just hit and will target troops behind it. So say for instance you have a queen, you're doing a queen charge and you have the healers right behind the queen, those healers will actually get hit by the quote unquote shrapnel of the actual additional blasts. So at Town Hall 13 we're also seeing a new siege machine called the Siege Barracks. So this is a completely original siege machine, and how this one basically operates is you'll drop it down and it will spawn a P.E.K.K.A. completely free for you. There's no need to put in a P.E.K.K.A. and wizards. And what I've seen a lot of players doing with this is using it to either funnel or possibly help a main push by just getting that extra free P.E.K.K.A. And once the health deteriorates on the Siege Barracks, which it deteriorates over time, your clan castle troops will then be deployed onto the battlefield. So again, the way I've seen players use this is really just to help funnel a army that's going into a base, which is super awesome. So it's essentially the, I guess, the funnel siege barracks, if that makes any sense, or the siege machine rather. So it's definitely been fantastic to use and has an incredible amount of uses, and I'm super excited to see how people start coming up with more and more as time goes on. So with all of this new content, we're also seeing the Yeti being released to the game. So the Yeti is essentially a troop that targets anything. Its damage type is single, targets ground units, and it's 18 housing space. And its movement speed is about 12, which is not a ton. It's a little slower. However, the key aspect of the Yeti here is that once it starts taking damage, these magical little purple things called Yeti mites will start jumping out of their of the Yeti's like little, I guess, backpack and start jumping into defenses and doing 4 times damage to defenses, and they do area splash damage, and they target both ground and air. So needless to say, once these released, there was a new attack strategy that was created in the game called Yeti Smash. If you haven't heard of it already, take a look at the background of this video. I'm sure I'll have at least one Yeti Smash raid in the background just so you can see how powerful this attack strategy really is. So with Town Hall 13, we're also seeing a ton of new levels to defenses, troops, heroes. It is incredible. There's so much new content for us to actually upgrade and, get past in this update. So here are the levels for defenses. So Eagle to level 4, Inferno to level 7, Wiz to level 12, Expo to level 7, Air Defense to level 11, Hidden Tesla to level 11, Cannon to level 18, and Walls to level 14. However, only 100 can be upgraded at this time. Now we're also seeing a few levels to traps being upgraded. We're seeing a new Seeking Air Mine level, a new Giant Bomb level, a new Air Bomb level, and a new Little Bomb level. We're also seeing some upgrades to buildings. So obviously with the new Siege Barracks and the new Yeti Troop, we have the Siege Workshop going to level 4 and the Barracks going to level 14. Only downside is the Siege Workshop does not hold more Siege machines. It just unlocks the Siege Barracks, which I would rather it holds more Siege machines, but sadly that's not the case at the moment. We're seeing a new level to the Dark Elixir Storage, Gold Storage, and Elixir Storage, as well as the Clan Castle and Laboratory. So a big key with the Clan Castle here is that now we can hold over 45 troop space worth of troops in your Clan Castle, 2 spell space, and 1 Siege machine slot. We're also seeing some new hero levels, so we're seeing the Barbarian King going to level 70, the Archer Queen going to level 70, and the Grand Warden going to 50. So that's going to up the Grand Warden a ton, making the Eternal Tome ability last, I think it's almost close to 10 seconds. It's really close to that. If it's not 10 seconds, it's close to it, which is insane. That's tons of time your troops can basically just be completely invincible. So we're also seeing new levels to troops. So we're seeing the Wall Breaker to level 9, the Balloon to level 9, the Dragon to level 8, the Miner to level 7, Electro Dragon to level 4, Hog Riders to level 10, Bowlers to level 5, and Healers to level 6. We're also seeing a few new spell levels as well. We're seeing the Heal spell to level 8, Jump spell to level 4, and Skeleton spell to level 7. So now I want to get into a few new features that have been introduced in the game, which personally I kind of like, and then I'm kind of against at the same time. So one of them would be automatic hero abilities. So essentially now in the More Settings menu, you can either enable or disable automatic hero abilities. And what this does is if your hero is about to die, their ability will be activated automatically, which can definitely help when you're trying to manage 4 heroes, but I think it removes a small skill aspect of the game. But then again, an entire raid can kind of go south if you don't pop an ability, so I think it's a good change that will in turn help, the meta and, help more triples actually happen at Town Hall 13. So we're also seeing some general user interface changes here, so I'm going to actually throw these on the screen for you to see. Village preview profile is back, so now you can look at the village just by clicking on the little eye at the top right of the profile page. When choosing war members, you can now see clanmates' town hall levels in all war types, which is another huge change that's definitely helpful for people trying to coordinate either friendly wars or just spending randoms and whatever. When signing up for the clan war leagues, if you close and reopen the chosen member screen, it will remember your previous selected war size, which is nice. That's just another fundamental change that just makes the game a bit easier to play. So we're also seeing some changes to skins and decorations. So decorations can now be placed on the outer edges of the map, which is huge. Decorations take up so much space, but I love having them on the base. So being able to put them on that outer edge definitely helps save some space. And now it is no longer necessary to place decorations in every layout, which again is also huge because I have every single flag in the game and I've had them stashed in my shop forever, but now I can just have them literally in the village layout. I have pretty much every single decoration on my main account, so this is definitely a nice change now that I don't have to throw everything on the base. So now there was a small change that was changed to the Warden statue, which is now that it shoots from the staff instead of his stomach. I didn't even realize that happened, but I guess that was something that was going on, so they fixed that now and fixed that up. So we're also seeing a change to clan perks. So reaching clan level 8 now enables clan members to donate 2 spells instead of 1, which is great because now if someone asks for, say, a freeze and a poison, you can donate both, whereas in the past you would have to get 2 clanmates to donate each of those spells. Now all existing troop donation limits have been increased by 1, so now the max level of troops you can donate with the max level clan perks would be 9, which is big, especially with the new clan castle level at Town Hall 13. So now with Town Hall 13, we're also seeing some building and trap changes. So we've increased the storage capacity of the level 13 gold storages and elixir storages by 500,000. We've increased the multi-mortar damage by 10%. We've reduced spring trap ejection housing space. And we've also done a little bit of balancing here. So as you can see, the Giants' HP was increased, the Miners' HP was also increased, the Lava Hound's explode radius was decreased, which is very interesting. There's been death damage added to the Battle Blimp, which is huge. I think that's going to bring it more into the meta, and it honestly has brought it more into the meta now that you've got that little bit of splash damage that you can do whenever the Blimp dies. And so now the Grand Warden is a bit less likely to follow Lava Hounds, which is always helpful because you know you want the Warden with the loons, not the Lava Hounds. We've also got a decrease in troop healing of the level 5 healer. However, we've had an increase of hero healing to the level 5 healer by a decent bit. So I think this is trying to get more of the Queen Walk, Warden Walk, maybe even Royal Champion Walk more into the meta rather than using them for, say, Bowlers and Witches or something like a P.E.K.K.A. Smash. So we're also seeing an increase of the maximum amount of loot that can be looted from Town Hall 12 players, which again is just another way for players to get more loot and upgrade faster. We're also seeing some change to the skeleton spawning frequency to 1 skeleton per second after the initial spawn of all skeletons. So that's definitely a unique change to the skeleton spell. We might see that more often. However, I haven't seen the skeleton spell used a ton at Town Hall 13, but who knows, I'm sure people will come up with an awesome meta for it eventually in the future. So we've also seen an increase of the cost of the haste spell from levels 2 to 5, just to, again, balance out a little bit more. I don't think it's a super significant change, but it is one that they, I guess, saw was necessary. We're also seeing a bunch of clan recruitment improvements. If you're not aware of the clan recruitment tool, I highly recommend you check out my last video on the, I believe it was the November update overview? No, it was the October overview. I highly recommend you look into that. I talked about the clan recruitment tools in depth. They've made a lot of changes to really make it a bit better and more user-friendly because right now the system is kind of broken. It's difficult to find new members with it, and especially with the removal of global chat, it's definitely been a lot harder, a lot more harder than it has been in the past. So of course here we have a bunch of fixes for the game. I'm not going to read through all of them, but I'll flash them on screen. If you'd like to pause and read through them, feel free to do so, but these are all just, you know, little things that were broken in the game that they've gone off and fixed, which again is great because it improves the gameplay for everyone. So now I'm going to go ahead and get into the balance changes that happened just a couple of days ago as this video is going live. So a few of them that are super important is the level 18 cannon hit points. They've been increased only by 10, but the main reason they've been increased is to prevent royal champions from one-shotting them at max level with the Seeking Shield. Now this is going to I think this is a tiny nerf to the royal champion, just going to help, you know, maybe a few more raids time fail and have to make players, you know, speed up their attack. Just that small little change really will make a difference. Now we've also got a big change to the Yetis. Yeti mites will no longer trigger traps, which again is a semi-nerf to the Yetis, and then again some people may see it as a buff. We're not really sure yet. We haven't seen enough gameplay of it just yet to really confirm whether or not it is really a nerf or a buff, but we'll see that as time goes on. Again, these are all things that are, I'm guessing, subject to change. They could, you know, maybe introduce that, oh, Yeti mites need to trigger traps, but we'll see as time goes on. Now, this is one of my personal favorites of this balance change, is that they've actually added a new community tab, this is where they feature a bunch of Clash of Clans videos in a bunch of different languages, just for people to actually watch. And, you know, say there's people who don't go on YouTube to watch Clash, or, you know, don't know about that whole side of Clash of Clans that, you know, say people like you and I would know. So I think it's a really good way to give more content creators to the game more exposure. Especially, man, Supercell's been doing great in terms of their content creator stuff. They've released a new creators program, they have creator codes now, and now they've done this community tab in the game, so they're really trying to step up to help their creators for the game, which is honestly something that, of course, as a creator, I love seeing. So we've also seen some Village Guard cut times in Titans League, so that way there's a bit less clouding up there, which will, again, help there not to be as many clouds, because once you get it to about Titans 1, clouds kind of get a little thick, and you're kind of waiting there for sometimes 5 to 10 minutes just to find a base. But yeah, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer every single one. As well as, if you like the video, please feel free to like the video, as well as subscribe to my channel for some more Clash of Clans content. As well as feel free to follow me on Twitch. I've been doing a bunch of streaming on there, whether it be farming, planning war hits, or even covering some live wars, be it community wars or random spins. I do it all. It's tons of fun. So come join us, chat with us, and come have a good time with us. But yeah, that is going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. See ya.